This Coast to Coast Entertainment Network program is brought to you by Beside Me Bracelets. Our bracelets are handmade for any occasion. Use the promo code Coast to Coast for 15% off. Visit their website at besideme.com. Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry. With 24-hour shopping available, use the code 160920 and show her some love, like she showed us. Reaper Apparel Company, a commitment to live your most authentic way every single day. Visit reaperapparelco.com for more information and a look at all of their apparel offerings. And by Good Day Embroidery, your local source for custom embroidery, screen printing, and more. Log on to gooddayembroidery.com for more information.
Good evening, everybody. Jay Mack here with you right now, joined by Chris. Chris, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. How's everybody doing this evening?
Sounds like everyone out there is doing good. Sorry, I'm having a little bit of technical stuff here, so trying to get this back on the screen so I can actually see what I'm looking at. But I can probably fly without it as far as that goes. Chris, we had some bunch of sports today, a lot of basketball. Yeah. Did you see Caitlin Clark?
I saw the end of that game, and I know she broke the record or several records throughout the season, but I know she's going to enter the WNBA draft, so.
Yeah, I think she's probably the biggest prospect to come in a couple of years, I would say, as far as that goes in the WNBA.
I think so.
So we'll see how that goes. You got any predictions on WNBA season and maybe who gets the first pick?
I don't. I'm not sure. Do you?
I don't think Dallas is going to be as good as everyone thinks this year. I think that for sure. The Dallas Wings, isn't it? Right. What's that?
I cannot hear. I don't know what's going on. I'll be back. I'm going to jump out and then come back in.
No, I haven't heard much on the WNBA, but hopefully Dallas will have a good season.
Yeah, I guess that's all we can hope is that they'll have a good. We hope that all our teams play well, right?
Right. That's all you can hope for.
Have you made it to a Wings game yet?
I have not. I might need to do that this year.
Yeah, just curious what the atmosphere is like versus the men's game, you know?
I think I've heard there's some differences, but I don't think there's that much.
Yeah, you'd probably get better seats at a women's game.
Probably
cheaper tickets, honestly, right?
I would think so. I mean, it seems like your minor league. Well, I wouldn't say minor league, but the alternative to sport, whatever sport it is, it could be a little cheaper.
Yeah, I hear that. Messeron was on for a minute, wasn't he? Where'd he go?
He was. He said he couldn't hear us, so he's jumping out and then jump back in.
Sorry about that. Dropped the phone there, but looks like I got the technical stuff worked out. I can actually see you now. So, anyway, yeah. So the WNBA, Caitlin Clark, that's all great. One thing I could say about that though is I don't want to take anything away from what she did because she definitely earned that by scoring all those points. Does it change your mind about it at all though that she beat Pistol Pete's record, but he did it in less games and didn't have a 3-point line?
I think the record's the record. I don't know if you can put like, well, there's no 3-point line, or I mean, you broke the record, and that probably says a lot about the type of player you are.
Mess around. You got any thoughts on that?
What are we talking about?
Caitlin Clark breaking the NCAA record for points in a college basketball career.
That's cool, I guess. I mean, somebody else is going to come along and do it again, so it's great for now, I guess.
Yeah. My only thing was, is that there was less games back then. They didn't have a 3-point line. I don't think that takes anything away from the record. I think it's a different era, but I don't think it's as impressive,
No.
it goes to me. But let's do something a little different. Let's go. We're going to bring you
I can't connect to your Wi-Fi network. You can find setup instructions in the help section.
I don't know why Alexa's talking to us.
Yeah, I was wondering what that was. I was like, what the hell?
Can't connect to your Wi-Fi
She
network.
can't connect to the Wi-Fi
You can
apparently.
find setup instructions in the help section of your Alexa app.
But anyway, I don't really know. But we're going to bring in an exclusive. We're going to go through some final scores. Do you guys want to start the NBA or the NHL?
We'll go NHL.
Okay, I'm sitting out this topic. You guys got this one.
I don't know who won or lost either, so this is new to me.
You had the Blue Jackets beat the Golden Knights 6-3. That puts let's see, that puts the Blue Jackets with their 21st win. The Golden Knights were 33-22 before that. So the Golden Knights were definitely a better team, but not tonight, as the Blue Jackets got the better of them. The Bruins beat the Maple Leafs 4-1. The Bruins are 36-13. They're second in the Atlantic. The Maple Leafs are actually 35-18. Now, is this the year that the Maple Leafs actually make it to the Stanley Cup Finals? I guess that will remain to be seen.
I think in a regular year, yeah, it'd be different.
Yeah. Well, just to tell you, for the Maple Leafs and why people are so, they're the biggest chokers that there is. They were part of the original 6 in the NHL. And do you know how many times they've made the Stanley Cup Finals?
Once, twice, maybe.
0.
Oh,
So when you're part of the original 6 and you've never made the Stanley Cup, I mean, that's not good. Then you have the Florida Panthers against the New York Rangers. Now, the Florida Panthers are first in the Atlantic. They have 42 wins on the year already. They're 42-16. And the Rangers have 40 wins. They're 40-18. They're first in the Metropolitan Division. So 2 first-place teams head squaring off there. Then you have the St. Louis Blues. It's not the Vancouver Blues. It's the St. Louis Blues. And the Philadelphia Flyers. Now, the Philadelphia Flyers, 32-23. They're third in the Metropolitan Division. They've actually had a nice comeback season. No one expected them to do much. Their goalkeeper made 40 saves tonight. Binnington makes 40 saves to get him past the Blues. And that went to a shootout. So really, you lost in a shootout. Kind of crazy. Always losing in a shootout is always that's always a great ending to a hockey game for sure. Then you had the Avalanche against the Blackhawks. Now, I don't know what happened to the Blackhawks. They used to be a solid team every year, right near the playoffs. But they have not played well the last couple of years. and they didn't play well tonight. So they lost 5-0 to the Avalanche. And McKinnon extends his own home point streak to 30 games, and he had 2 goals and 2 assists tonight. The Blackhawks did not play well. Just I don't know what else to say.
You started talking about the Blackhawks, so I had to leave.
What's that?
No, I accidentally hit the wrong button.
No. So the Blackhawks only have 15 wins this year. They're 15-42. They do still have more wins than the Pistons, however. So you got to make sure that that's known. Then you got Seattle and Calgary. Now Seattle is actually right in the thick of the playoff race. They're 6th in the Pacific Division. They're 27-23. The Calgary Flames are 30-26. Seattle won tonight 4-2. So, Seattle's right there. They could sneak into the playoffs, and I think that would be good for that franchise. The Seattle Kraken, of course, we're talking about. Couple of games from the college ranks here. Duke beat NC State 79-64. Duke is ranked 10th in the country, and Baylor beat Texas. Sorry, Chris, on that one. Baylor beat Texas 83-95. Baylor is 15th in the country. Texas is unranked, so that was not an unexpected outcome in that game. Let's see some NBA finals for you. The Memphis Grizzlies beat the Brooklyn Nets. Kennard had 25 points for Memphis, and Johnson had 18 points for Brooklyn. The Timberwolves beat the Trailblazers. Not a big surprise there. Gobert for Minnesota had 25 points, 16 rebounds, and 3 blocks. Simmons for Portland had 34 points and 14 assists. The Bucks got past the Clippers, 113-106. Damian Lillard had 41 for Milwaukee, and James Harden had 29 for the Clippers. The Jazz get past the Wizards. Clarkson for the Jazz had 38 points, 10 rebounds, and 7 assists. And Jordan Poole for the Wizards had 32 points. The Bulls beat the Kings. That was a good matchup. That's a good matchup for 2 potential playoff teams. The Bulls are right there. They're 9th in the East, so they would be in for that play-in game as far as that went right now in the Eastern Conference. The Sacramento Kings are 6th in the Western Conference. The Bulls got past them 113-109. White for Chicago had 37 points and 7 assists. And Sabonis for the Kings had 18 points, 21 rebounds, and 4 assists. The Lakers get past the Thunder. Alvin. That's not what I meant. I didn't mean Alvin Davis. What am I saying? No. Davis for the Lakers had 24 points and 12 rebounds. Alexander for OKC had 20 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 steals on the night. And so I don't talk about football or soccer much, but I'm a big Arsenal fan when it comes to the Premier League. And Arsenal has been down the last couple of years, but this year, actually, we're 3rd in the Premier League. We have 19 wins. We're 19-4-4. And Sheffield United is in 20th place, which if anyone knows, if anyone knows how the Premier League works, that means you get knocked down to the next tier if you finish in last place. And they destroyed Sheffield tonight. It was 6-0. In soccer. That's a pretty. I mean, they scored goals the 5th minute, the 13th minute, the 15th minute, the 17th minute, the 25th minute, the 39th minute.
Nobody playing defense, huh?
I mean, it was over. By the 46th minute, they were up 6-0.
Wow.
So,
like playing against your kid.
Kind of sounds like it.
So it was pretty much over by then. Then there was some PGA going on. There was some tennis going on. Spanish soccer, Italian soccer, lots of stuff going on right now. The PGA, I don't even know anyone that's in the PGA really anymore. I don't watch as much as I used to. But it looks like Eckroat is in first place right now. He's minus 17. That was his first PGA win in 50 starts. So congrats to him on that one. Tennis is going on live right now, but that's because they are playing, I believe,
Australia.
I want to say that they're playing they actually are playing in Indian Wells. So they're actually playing in the United States. It's kind of crazy that there's some tennis going on at 10 o'clock at night and 1 Eastern on the East Coast. But big names in there. I don't know a lot of big names in tennis anymore. It seems that I used to know a lot of big names in tennis, but not so much anymore. Wish I could tell you some of the big names, but going through the matchups, it looks like the U.S. is winning a lot, and when it comes to those, and Sarge, we are live. He just messaged to find out we are live as far as that goes. So, guys, questions about baseball. I know that it's a lot of our favorite sport. We all love football. Don't get me wrong. We love the NFL. We love football. But baseball is always near and dear to my heart. I just think because there's a lot of history when it comes to baseball, right? And so there was some stuff that I found this last week that I want to talk about as far as baseball comes. By the way, I got to make an announcement real quick. I want to congratulate it's because my daughter's involved, but I have to congratulate that team. The Junction City High School swim team finished third place in district. It's their best finish since 2007.
Oh, wow.
So it's the best finish in 17 years. Congratulations to them. This is kind of the crazy one that I wanted to. Now we've heard about the 6 degrees of separation with Kevin Bacon, right?
I've heard that. Yeah.
So here's a 6 degrees of separation with Justin Verlander. Verlander was in the league with Julio Franco. Everyone remembers Julio Franco. He played for like 25 years or something, some crazy number. He was intentionally walked by Jim Katt, who allowed a pair of hits to Ted Williams, who made his big league debut against Lou Gehrig. Lou Gehrig, who hit 4 home runs off of Walter Johnson. Walter Johnson, who once beamed Cy Young, who debuted in 1890, the final season played by Deacon White, who had the first hit in Major League history. So think about that. 6 degrees of separation between Justin Verlander and Deacon White, who had the first hit ever in Major League history. Crazy.
Wow, crazy.
That is crazy.
That's pretty crazy to think about. Let's see what else we got coming out. Let's see baseball related stuff here.
Season starts on the 20th. I know that.
The season does start. Yeah, that's coming up.
But I think it's like the 25th it officially starts.
I believe 26th is what I was told the first games. Maybe the 25th. They usually do that first game like one day before everyone else. There's one game. So the 25th might be it, but I know the 26th is it for Atlanta. That's the first game of the year. Here's a crazy thing to think about. You won't see this ever again, by the way. This is one of those things you won't see ever again. Greg Maddux threw a total of 8,006 balls, so called balls at the plate, right? To 8,025 batters faced from 1995 to 2003. That's less than one ball per batter in that span. You definitely will not see that
That
again
is crazy.
because
No.
No.
guys throw a lot of pitches now. So let's go this way, guys. Out of the 100 most valuable teams, this says in the world, but I'm going to say this is a United States thing because I guess no, there is. This is the world. So out of the 100 most valuable sports teams in the world, where do you think your personal teams rank in every sport?
What's the question?
Football would be,
What's that?
What did you say was the question?
So out of the 100 most valuable sports teams in the world, where do you think your teams rank, your personal teams?
football would be one.
In what
I'd say in
sport?
the middle of the pack.
In what sport, Chris?
Right. I said football would be one. Because of the Cowboys.
The Cowboys would be one, yes.
Mhm. Baseball would be the Yankees. And I'm thinking the Rangers would be like, we're going to say 15th.
Okay. You are right that in baseball, the Yankees are number one. In fact, the Yankees are the only baseball team in the top 15.
I'm going to say 30 for the Mavericks. Because Lakers would be one.
The Lakers are not number one in the NBA.
And that would be
I was surprised at who it was. Let me say that.
Golden State.
It is Golden State.
It was one of the two.
Yep.
Hockey would Dallas would be 25.
Well, who do you think the most valuable hockey team is?
I'm going to say the Golden Knights.
Okay.
I can tell you, I don't know shit about hockey.
I'm just guessing here.
Well, I will tell you this. There is not an NHL team in the top in the top 80.
Wow.
Wow, indeed.
I swear to God. Following one porn star and it's just popped up everywhere. Just kidding. Sorry, I'm getting all these alerts on my phone.
So, the top baseball team is the Yankees. The second highest baseball team is the Dodgers. Shocker there.
Yeah.
Third is actually the Red Sox, which I wouldn't have thought that. So then, ranking the NBA teams, you have the Warriors are 1, the Knicks are 2, and the Lakers are 3.
Wow.
But of the top 20 teams, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 of them are NFL teams. You have the Cowboys at 1, the Giants at 6, the Rams at 7, the Patriots at 8, the Niners at 9, the Jets at 10, the Commanders at 11, the Bears at 12. Eagles are 13, the Raiders are 15, the Texans are 16, and the Dolphins are 17. Kind of crazy. And every NFL team ranks in the top. Let's see, where's the last NFL team?
I was trying to log out on my phone, my account on my son's phone, so I could share our broadcast, and all these alerts popped up. I'm like, what the? Where'd these come from?
Right. So every NFL team is in the top 60.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
32 of the top franchises worth in the world is the NFL. That's crazy. More than half.
But it kind of shows you where things are now,
For sure.
as far as, like sports popularity,
Yep.
not necessarily team.
Right. The White Sox rank 94th.
Yeah, that didn't surprise me at all.
Oh, the Blackhawks are right above them at 95 or 90. I'm sorry, 93. Texas Rangers actually rank 92. That was kind of a fun thing to look through, but it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
So Chris, I'm gonna do you one good tonight. We usually pick on the Cowboys, but tonight I'm gonna give you a chance to pick. There's 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 17. There's 17 teams in the NFL that have a longer Super Bowl drought than the Dallas Cowboys.
Detroit.
Detroit is one. Can you name any more?
Cleveland.
Yes.
Jacksonville, Houston,
Cardinals.
Cardinals. But they've been like since 2008, I think.
Right, but they did not win.
No. Commanders.
Commanders are one. Yes.
Falcons.
The Falcons are one. Yep.
Bears.
The Bears are one.
Yep, we are.
Sergeant
Vikings?
to join us here. Huh?
Vikings.
The Vikings are
They are.
one. All right. So you guessed enough of them. Let's just go in order. So teams that have never won the Super Bowl, which gives them a longer drought than the Cowboys, obviously. The Falcons, the Jaguars, the Bengals, the Texans, and the Panthers. Okay, now we are counting championships in this, so these next teams I say you have to remember they did win championships back in the day.
NFL championships like Packers and
Right. So you go championships. The Cardinals have not won a championship in 75 years.
Wow.
drought.
The Lions have not won a championship in 65 years. This is a team, if you think about it, it makes sense, but I wouldn't have thought of them at first. The Bills.
Mm.
The Bills haven't won a championship in 57 years.
Been before, never won one.
The Raiders haven't won a Super Bowl in 39 years. The Titans, they haven't won a championship in 61 years. The Chargers, 59 years. The Browns are 58 years. The Jets are 54 years. The Vikings, as we call them. Last year, now they became a team in 1970, right?
Yes.
Last year commemorated their 53rd season in the NFL. Do you know how many years it's been since they won a championship?
I want to say
What are we talking about?
3.
The Vikings.
Wasn't it like Super Bowl 3?
No, that's the last time they were there. It was Super Bowl 4.
Okay.
The Vikings have never won a championship. 53 years.
Wow.
They've never won a championship.
Ouch.
The Dolphins. Here's the one that surprised me. The Dolphins. 49 years since they won a Super Bowl. The Bears are at 37 years. The Commanders are at 31 years. And the team that you Cowboys can celebrate have a longer drought than you do by one season.
Lions.
San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah, because I think they won the next year after.
They beat the Chargers.
They beat the Chargers in 94.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we won in 93. But yeah, that makes sense.
So when's the last time the Cowboys actually won the Super Bowl?
They beat the Bills.
What year?
I thought it was the Steelers.
1995.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I guess that is so. The Panthers are tied with that because that's when the Panthers and the Jaguars became a franchise.
Right. So 1995 was the last time they won one.
Which was
It was, I think they beat the Steelers.
But that was the 94 season. So
Right. No, you're right. It was the 94 season. Correct. So here's something funny. I don't know if I shared this with the group or not, but I got to tell you, I read this the other day and I laughed so hard I almost fell off my office chair at work. Do you remember the game when Ben Roethlisberger put up Kenny Pickett numbers in one game? He put up Kenny Pickett's season numbers in one game. So he was 40 of 49 for 522 yards and 6 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I think Kenny Pickett threw 7 touchdown passes last year.
That's wow.
he threw more than that.
I don't think it was many. I don't think it was much more than that, Chris. Kenny Pickett for the Steelers.
Pretty sure it's more. Maybe.
So I got to say this. So this was probably 2 weeks ago now, but University of Oklahoma in college softball has been the #1 team in the country for almost 2 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
They still didn't lose a game, but the ranking committee decided to knock them down to #2 for the first time in almost 2 years. They put UCLA at #1. Yeah. Then Oklahoma played UCLA and promptly beat UCLA 14-0 in 5 innings.
Oh, wow.
So who's really the #1 team in the country? I think they kind of proved that.
Yeah. I think they did.
Here's one that makes mess around sick. This is gonna make him sick to his stomach. I know he said that when I shared it with the group.
Oh my God, I'm leaving.
But over the last 32 years, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, or Jordan Love has taken 96% of the snaps for Green Bay. 3 quarterbacks in 32 years.
You know why? It's because they do it the right way. They let them sit and develop.
That
It's true.
does help.
It's true. I did share this one. It was kind of funny. It's obviously a fake, but it's still funny. This says Kyle Shanahan was asked about the addition of Brandon Staley, and he said, well, he's blown a lot of leads, so he'll fit in right here.
If you didn't say it was fake, I'd totally believe it.
It's just funny because it's true. Here's a crazy one. Fun fact.
Okay.
Who's older, Derrick Henry or Todd Gurley?
Henry.
Gurley.
I gotta go Gurley.
Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry is 30. Todd Gurley is 29. He hasn't played since the 2020
Right.
season, by the way.
The what season?
2020 season.
When he played for Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. It is. It's just. It's nuts. So this is one I am going to pick on the Cowboys, and I'm going to pick on a certain
Okay.
Cowboys player that we like to say, why is he in the Hall of Fame?
Troy Aikman.
Mr. Troy Aikman. Yeah. So today we're comparing him against Andy Dalton. And everyone's
more
like,
numbers
oh,
than
so
him.
Troy Aikman's a Hall of Famer, is he? Well, let's see. Head to head,
Dalton has more.
Dalton played more games in his career. By 4, by the way. We're not talking a whole bunch. By 4, he's played 4 more games than Troy Aikman. Okay?
Mhm.
In that time, in 4 extra games, I'll keep reminding you of that, Chris. 4 extra games in his career. 4. Okay? In 4 extra games, he threw for 6,000 more yards than Troy Aikman.
And I'm sure half of that was as a backup.
It's 4 more games.
I know.
Okay. In 4 more games, he threw for 81 more touchdowns than Troy Aikman. In 4 more games, he threw 3 more interceptions than Troy Aikman. 3.
Dang.
His rating overall was 6 points better. He ran for 400 more yards and 13 more touchdowns. So I ask you, is Andy Dalton a Hall of Famer?
Fuck no.
No.
I think he is, but they probably won't. No.
No, he's not even close to Hall of Famer. I would never even utter the words Andy Dalton Hall of Fame. That thought would never come into my mind. But he beats Troy Aikman in every single category.
Except for a Super Bowl ring.
That's exactly why he's got 3 rings.
Yeah.
Or 2, whatever he's
That
got.
will never be an argument for me. Never. A guy that has championships, so he's in the Hall of Fame.
Well, you can't really say that because Dan Marino was actually in the Hall of Fame without rings.
True, but I'm saying in this case, like, that's all Troy Aikman's got is 3 extra rings, and he's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, Marino also set records and shit too, though.
But I think for Marino, if it wasn't for the undefeated season, I'm not sure if he gets in.
Marino
I
wasn't.
think that
Marino.
kinda
He was-
compromised it.
Yeah, that wasn't Marino. That was like
Oh, that's
Marino
right.
was like probably in high school or college.
That was
Yeah.
who was that?
Bob Greasy.
Yeah,
Greasy,
right.
Yeah.
sleazy, greasy.
Hey, so speaking of Hall of Fame and heading back to baseball for a minute, Do you know how many players in the history of baseball? We're talking the entire history from 1876 to now. Do you know how many players in their career have 350 homers, 200 stolen bases, a 300 batting average, and a 400 on base percentage in their career?
5.
Two.
10.
Huh?
5.
Two.
10.
How many, Chris?
5.
So mess around is right. 2.
Holy shit, I was just guessing two.
And those players are Larry Walker and Mike Trout.
Wow.
That is it. End of list.
I didn't catch the last name. Who was the last name?
Trout.
Mike Trout.
Oh,
Hey, mess around. What's how you been, man? You making it okay?
yeah. I'm living. I'm surviving. I don't know. I'm actually starting to hit the wall. You know, it's great at first, and then you get lonely and you wish, but you don't want to go back. And then, yeah, I'll never go back to that shit. That ain't happening, but you know, you do get lonely and you want something else. But I'm not ready for that all that yet. I'm just gonna, you know, be me and be by myself for probably the rest of my life. I don't know.
You can snuggle with me.
Sweet. You coming camping with us here, right, Tim?
God, what?
No, he's going to a wedding instead.
Oh, you got me all excited about that snuggle. You just brought up, man. Now I'm disappointed.
Let's see what happens on May 6th. I might be able to show up. Well, that's a later talk.
We'll let the beer dude talking.
By the way, mess around. I like this one. Do you know how many players in history have had 7 seasons or more consecutively of 20 or more homers, 100 or more RBIs, 100 or more walks, and a 300 or more batting average? Any guesses? How many?
I didn't hear the question.
Oh, how many players in Major League history have had 7 consecutive seasons of 20-plus homers, 100 RBIs, 100 walks, and a 300 batting average?
I'm going to say 4.
Four.
Sarge, any guesses?
I'm going to have to say 1, and that's Barry Bonds.
Well, it is 1, but it's not Barry Bonds.
Frank Thomas.
It is Frank
Oh.
Thomas, the only guy in history.
Yep.
Man, that guy sucks.
I'm telling you, Thomas was a very underrated player when he was.
Oh,
playing.
very. Yeah.
He unfortunately played with some bigger names, and that's why he didn't get the recognition. But he was a great player.
Yeah, we got Tim Hendricks saying Wade Boggs.
Oh, I'm not even on the comments. So if there's been comments, I haven't caught any of them.
Yeah, I've been trying to get to them. Being on the phone is a lot more difficult than I thought it was going to be.
So it says Sarge the Snuggle Bear. He wants.
I'm
you
the
to-
big bear, not the snuggle bear.
Snuggle Bear.
Snuggle Bear.
Snuggle bear share. Oh.
By the way, I know I shared this with you guys, but the big announcement in Major League Baseball is that Rob Manclown will be done with as commissioner in 2029. I can't wait. I'm counting down the fucking days until
know.
that clown is out as commissioner.
But then the last year they'll be like, well, I'm not really gonna leave.
Well,
Okay.
the next guy is his protege, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah,
And
we'll see, I
who's
guess.
that?
But
Why can't we just get like the commissioner from like the NHL? Because like you never hear anything about the NHL.
Right? It's because nobody cares outside of Canada.
Even though I don't think it was really invented in Canada, but I could be wrong.
here's an interesting one in the NFL. When's the last time each team started a rookie quarterback in a game?
I know Dallas was 2016. Could be sooner than that.
It was 2020 for Dallas.
Okay, Cooper.
What's the question?
When was the last time your team started a rookie quarterback in a game?
Could have been this year we started Bagman.
Yep. And obviously we know Sarge's team is the Panthers, and they started a rookie this year. So outside of if you go back to 2019, before 2019, there's only 6 teams. So the last time the Bills started a rookie was in 2018. That was Josh Allen. Last time the Chiefs started a rookie was 2017.
Mahomes.
Who was that? Patrick
I don't
Mahomes.
think anybody knows who that guy is.
2016 was the last time the Rams started a rookie. That would have been
Wow.
Jared Goff. 2015, the Buccaneers started a rookie.
Winston?
Jameis Winston, yes.
Crab legs.
Yep. 2012 was the last time the Seattle Seahawks started a rookie,
Russell Wilson.
Winston.
Wilson. And that leaves one team. The Packers started a rookie in a game in 1987.
That's a crazy stat. But did you see the one I shared the other day about Pittsburgh?
Yeah, I did. They haven't had a top 5 pick since 1970.
The last top 5 pick was Bradshaw.
In 1970. That's an insane number
Yeah.
to think about. You're right.
What's insane too is in college his backup, I can't remember the person's name, but he ended up being on Duck Dynasty.
Yeah, Uncle Phil was.
Yeah.
Phil, yeah. So here's the worst winning percentages in the last 10 years for every sport combined. So any team from any sport can be in here. Is your team in here, do you think? So Chris, do you think any of your teams are in this so it's the top 25, the worst 25 teams in major American sports?
Rangers might.
The Rangers are not, actually.
The top 25 teams in how many years?
Worst.
The last
Worst
10.
team.
The worst 25 teams in the last 10 years for the 4 major sports in America. And Tim Hendricks, you are correct. Mikowski was the starting quarterback for Green Bay in
Yep.
1987.
The Magic Man.
Yep.
He made himself disappear, and
I'm not saying the Bears are probably up in that list, but their season last year.
Chicago ranks 9th. Their winning percentage in the last 10 years is .387.
I gotta put my Mariners in there.
The Mariners. Let's see. The Mariners are not on this list. They're just off of it. They rank 26th, actually.
Wow.
Any other guesses?
White Sox, maybe.
Let's see. The White Sox are not on this list.
Surprisingly.
Let's see.
How about
Is
the
it any of
Blackhawks?
his teams? The Bucks, the Colts, the Brewers, or the Penguins? No, none of them are on this list.
Oakland A's.
The Oakland A's.
They have to be on that list.
The Oakland A's are 23rd with
Oh, wow.
445. They did have a couple winning seasons a few years ago, so that put them up on the list a little bit.
What about the Browns?
The Browns. The Browns are number 5. 377.
What about the Colts? According
The
to
Lions have got to be on there.
you mentioned Lions.
You would think.
The Lions are not on there actually, which is
Wow.
kind of crazy to me, but they're not
Because of their 2 seasons.
because of their 2 seasons. Yeah. So, any other guesses?
I think.
A couple of surprises to me, actually. There was a couple of surprises on the list. I'll tell you that.
What?
Go ahead and give us top 3.
Pistons. I don't remember when they, or not the Pistons. I want to say the Clippers.
The Clippers. The Clippers are not on the list. So let's just run through. Number 25 is the Blackhawks.
I should have said that.
Number
Only watch
24 is,
hockey more
number
often.
24 is the Royals, the Kansas City Royals. 23 is the Cincinnati Reds. 22 is the Miami Marlins. 21 is the Detroit Tigers. 20 is the Charlotte Hornets. How could we forget them? 19 is the Seattle Kraken. Kind of not fair. They've only had 2 seasons. So the Raiders are number 18. The New Jersey Devils are 17. The Carolina Panthers are 16. The Ottawa Senators are 15. The Minnesota Timberwolves are 14. The Los Angeles Lakers are 13. That was a surprise to me. They're 13th on the list. The Detroit Red Wings are 12. The New York Knicks are 11. The Washington Commanders are 10. The Chicago Bears are 9. The Phoenix Coyotes are 8. The Buffalo Sabres are 7. The Orlando Magic are 6. Cleveland Browns are 5. The New York Giants are 4. The Jaguars are 3. The Jets are 2. And the losingest team in all the 4 major sports in the last 10 years is the Detroit Pistons.
Yo, team.
Go team. And Adam, if you're watching, I'm sorry, but that's the way the Pistons falls, man.
No, you're not.
You're right, I'm not.
He's not at all.
And just if anyone didn't know, before we get to final thoughts here, and we'll go around and get some thoughts from everybody, but if anyone didn't know, in the words of Booger McFarland, there's no NFL games during the off season. Just if anyone didn't know that, want to clear that up.
I did not know that.
Kind of like that thing, if you can't sleep, it's because you're awake.
Yeah, I got that
Yeah.
one too. So that one says, according to an ancient legend, when you cannot sleep at night because you're awake.
Yeah, that's the word. I don't know why it's great.
Or it's like your eyes are closed. I can't see. Well, your eyes are closed.
Yeah.
No, that's good words of wisdom. I think it's great.
By the way, one quick thing for Mess Around, because he'll like this. He always likes Michael Jordan stories, by the way, which why not? Because they're great. So the story goes that Rodman went up to Michael Jordan in a timeout, and he was like, man, I was open on that last one. You should have passed it to me. And Jordan says,
Yeah,
I brought
yeah.
you here for one thing, rebounds.
Yep.
And he's like, yeah, but I was rebounds.
Rebounding.
The next game, 0 points, 26 rebounds.
You took it literally.
I mean, you got to give it to Rodman. He knew what he was good at. He knew what he was there for. Dude
Yeah,
was
but dude, that guy
insane.
could easily average double. Easily was put back easily.
Easily, yes. For sure. Well, Sarge, what do you got for us tonight?
Why did Barbie never get pregnant?
Because Ken came in a different box?
Yeah.
So did I.
Oh,
That's
well,
all I
you know,
got. I don't know. It's been a crazy couple of weeks, so it's all good.
for sure. Well, now we got 2 single guys on the show. So we have Crispy. How's the dating life going?
Still searching.
Still searching.
Yeah.
And then newly single Mess Around.
Not even looking. Don't care.
Not even looking.
Well, I came up with a new dating app, by the way. So we
not
know
even
that
looking?
there's a lot of homeless, like in the big cities and everything else, and I think they need some love also. So, trying to come up with an app called Hobo.com
Hobo.com.
or HobosOnly.com. I don't know.
Hobosonly.com. Hey, that's not bad. That's not bad.
Mm-mm.
You know, you want to hear something funny, Mess Around?
What's that?
I was talking to Jennifer about your situation, and she asked me stuff, and I'm like, well, you know, I don't know that I'm going to indulge in all that because that's not really my place to say. And then she's like, what happened? I'm like, I really don't know. Like, I really don't know. She's like, how can someone tell you that they're not together anymore? You don't ask questions. I was like, well, because if you would have asked me a question, I would have said, you're going to be dating again. You better work on your abs. Like, that would have been my answer.
You should have
Right.
answered, I don't know.
It's funny because we never have answers to their questions, and they have way more questions than we have answers, always.
Do you know what's sad though? Like Chris and Restaurant, they won't be able to use eHarmony because there's definitely no Bears or Cowboy fans on those apps.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm not even upset about that because I don't want to be trapped right now. I love my freedom. I don't have to report to anybody. It's kind of nice. After 19 years of what I went through, I wouldn't wish it on anybody else. Well, maybe Dragon Viper.
Oh, God. He's not even here, and we still pick on him. That's great.
I know. I had to get that in because nobody did it yet. So
Like a parole officer. Ain't that the truth?
That's great.
Yeah. No doubt. No doubt.
That's a good band.
Give us some final thoughts, Crispy.
Thanks everyone for watching. Tune in. Isn't there can't speak something coming up in April? You said or no? May.
May.
Yeah.
Mess around.
final thoughts. Always listen to your friends. They give solid advice. I should listen to mine years ago when they said, you guys aren't right for each other. Let her go. I wish I would have listened. I would have been happier a lot sooner.
All
Just
right.
saying.
Sarge.
Be like Elsa. Let it go. I'm here for you guys.
One of my final thoughts. Shit, this is gonna hurt. Hey, that might be my final thought in life. Like I'm bound to do something so stupid. I'm gonna be like, well, damn, this is gonna hurt.
That's right.
Yeah. But for now, we're gonna thank you for watching and listening. However you get your local podcast, check out the Bro Code podcast. We're gonna be on TikTok, Instagram. We're making this thing big. Check out Coast to Coast; they're on there as well. Got some great
I
stuff.
think one more.
Yep.
A good friend of ours, his dad's in the hospital, so I want to wish him a speedy recovery. And Kevin's dad's in the hospital, so down here, so wish his dad speedy recovery and all that.
Yeah. Well, wishes and happy thoughts. That's what I can say. Let's go there. Don't forget to check out our great sponsors that are scrolling across the bottom. They make all this possible. Send us some stars here on Facebook because that helps us as well. It helps us make this great content that we bring to you every day. Well, for Crispy Bacon, for Sarge, for Mess Around, this is J-Mac. Just reminding you to take care of yourselves and each other. And we'll see you all on
Can you want me to do it for you?
Bye,
the
Felicia.
other side.